Well, good morning, YouTube, afternoon, whatever time it is where you are, evening, night. This is VSG Mitch, checking in with my week 6 update, vertical sleeve gastrectomy post-op. I had my surgery on June the 17th at Graha Kedoya Hospital in Kedoya, West Jakarta, Barat. My surgeon was Dr. Handy Wing at the sleeve clinic at Graha Kedoya. I'm now 6 weeks out, and I wanted to give a little check-in regarding stats, and then also talk about an issue that I think is maybe not talked about enough. I don't know, some people may talk about it a lot. It just never clicked with me, and I kind of want to throw it out there so maybe it'll click with other people. My pre-op weight was 316, 317 pounds, right in that range. My current weight as of 6 weeks now, 6 weeks out, is 282 pounds. So that's a total loss of 34, 35 pounds, and a loss for the week of about 4 to 5 pounds. So my stall appears to be destalling. I didn't lose but a pound last week, and that was back on the next day. But again, some of it has to do with activity level and hydration and what I ate, because at 280 plus pounds, a pound or two is not very much. That's why when I say my pre-op weight was 316, 317, it would have depended on what scale I used and how I stood on the scales as to what I weighed. So it was in that range. 1 pound, again, when you're 300 pounds, doesn't make much. That's not much. So like I said in my last video, if you're weighing regularly and you're a pound up or a pound down, don't freak out. Look at your delta, look where your trending is, where your trend is, and go from there and make adjustments as necessary. You're going to go up some, you're going to go down some, and it may not be much. As long as you don't see a consistent repetition of increases, you're probably okay. Really something began to hit me this week that I know some people have talked about it on YouTube. I've seen videos about it, but I don't think it's really, it didn't hit me as profoundly as perhaps it did this week. Now, there's discussion about post-op depression and the emotional aspect, the toll it takes on you when your body's doing these adjustments, and some of it's hormonal. Your body composition changing will affect that, and you'll have different emotions. But then there's some of it is just purely psychological from different things. And the thing that hit me this week is, even though I don't consider myself a food addict, I mean, I do enjoy a good meal. I like quality food. I would say that there are alcoholics when it comes to drinking. There's people who are winos who drink wine all the time, but then there are people who are aficionados who would drink a quality wine on a regular or semi-regular basis, but weren't alcoholics or abusers. They just enjoyed a quality wine. And I would put myself in that category with food. I like good food, but it's not like something, if I don't eat, I get depressed about it, or I've got to have 64 ounces of beef a day or anything like that. It's not like a pure addiction to eating. But at the same time, there is an aspect of addiction to eating, and there's a psychological, mental aspect. And since my surgery, I'm 6 weeks pre-op now, or post-op rather now, 3 weeks of which has been integrating regular foods back into my diet. The first week, of course, was liquids, pure liquids. My doctor didn't require clear liquids, like broths, but I could have protein shakes and so forth, jellos and those kinds of things as well. Although it was very painful to eat gelatin, but there were other soups and things were okay, even if they weren't clear, cream soups and whatnot. The second week was able to add tuna and soft things, as long as I chewed them really well. The third week is when we started really kind of just adding stuff and eating. So now at 6 weeks, I've been eating real food for 3 weeks, different levels of food, but adding real food. And I still have difficulty with some kinds of food. I can't. It's not comfortable to eat sometimes I'll eat something, and of course I still have the habit of wanting to drink after I eat, and that's a bad deal. Drinking after you eat, you can stretch your sleeve a little bit, and it can be uncomfortable. And one thing I've noticed is that satiety or fullness doesn't occur gradually since the sleeve. Even if I eat slowly, when you're eating, you're normal. You have a non-sleeved person. You eat, you start feeling full. You can eat a little more, and finally you get full, and then you could keep eating a bit and get over full, but you can tell kind of slowly when you get full. It's not like that when you're sleeved. You're hungry or you need to eat, you eat, and then suddenly out of the blue you're full. And if you take one more bite, you're over full. And literally it can be one more bite. You're full, and then boom, it's too much. The last night we went out to eat, and here's the issue I have. It's a mental thing, and it really it's troublesome. It bothers me. I'll get through it. It's not not something that's going to drive me nuts. I'm very logical and rational, so I don't think it's going to affect me too bad. But at the same time, I have an awareness of it, and it is something that hurts. We went out to eat at a restaurant that we ate out about once a week prior to the surgery. Last week we ate there, and I had something different than I normally have. I had grilled salmon, and I could only eat half the salmon, and then that was it. I think we sat there for a while and ate the rest of the salmon after my food went down. But that was it, nothing else on the plate. This time I ordered what we used to order. We used to get a pulled pork sandwich, which comes with corn and coleslaw, and also a big pile of potato wedges. Used to get that every week. I ordered it this time, but I ordered it with no bun because I was just going to eat the meat, and and add a little barbecue sauce to it, and maybe some of the coleslaw, and that's what I did. But the reality crashes in when you're eating this, and you get halfway through the pork, just the pork, and you're full. It just slams, the door slams, and you're full. I was enjoying that pulled pork. It was good. And now if I take another bite of it, I'm going to be sick. And it was a little bit spicy. I never realized before that it's actually a little spicy. And I want to drink water, but I can't drink the water because I'll be sick. It's a reality. It is what it is. I'm not upset about that. I knew going in, I knew before the procedure that this sort of thing was going to be the case. But it never really hit me until it hit me. The way you enjoy food will change. It has to change. You can't just eat anymore. You eat for nutrition. You eat for, for your physical need. But that's it. There's no oh, this is so good, I'm going to have another bite, because you can't. Now, when I see people who've regained, I watch videos. Oh, I've regained all this weight had VSG, but I've regained weight. Either my stomach composition is different, or my sleeve is different, or maybe I don't know. Or that person is eating high calorie, low nutritional content food, and drinking sugary drinks, because I can drink all the water, all the liquids pretty much I want. But if I was drinking sweet tea, I could see gaining weight. If I was drinking stuff with sugar in it, I could see gaining weight with this. If I was eating chocolate or eating Little Debbie's or whatever, I could see gaining weight. But I'm avoiding potatoes. I'm avoiding white bread, or any kind of bread really. I haven't any bread. Avoiding rice, which in Indonesia, they don't consider it a meal if it doesn't have rice. You haven't eaten if you haven't had rice. So when I say no rice, I get funny looks. When I ordered the barbecue sandwich, the pulled pork sandwich with no bun, another server came out just to make sure before they did it that was what I really wanted. I did the same thing at Carl's Jr. last week. I ordered a hamburger but I ordered no bun, just the patty and the tomato and lettuce. Again, I couldn't finish it. They wanted to double check and make sure that's what I wanted. But yeah, you stay away from, be smart, stay away from the stuff that's bad for you, and eat the stuff that's nutritionally dense. Now, some people may be saying that's easy to say. How do you think we got this big? And yeah, and that's where I guess maybe I'm a little different. You can watch my first video about my weight loss and gain and understand my issues, but I don't so much have a problem. Do I like a burger on a bun now and then? Did I eat that? Yeah, I ate that. Did I like fried foods that are breaded? Yeah, I like that. I had breaded fish at the retreat last week, and it about killed me. It was horrible. I had nausea and foaming and all that post eating result. So, but yeah, be prepared if you're going to have the surgery. Be prepared for the mental aspect that you may like food, you may enjoy eating. I mean, we all do. It's a human thing. Very rarely is there a person who just doesn't like to eat. Be aware though that that's going to change. There's nothing you can do about it. Once it's done, once the surgery's done, well, congratulations. You can't eat like an idiot anymore. Not only that, you can't eat like a normal person anymore. You're going to eat a small amount of food, and it's going to fill you up. And it doesn't matter how much you enjoy chewing on that pulled pork, you can't swallow anymore without being sick. Be aware of that. And but know that 6 weeks out, I've gone from 317 down to 282. That's, I said, 35 pounds. It's worth it. It's worth it. If I can get down to my goal weight, which is 218, or even lower, if I get down there and I feel I can go lower, I will. But if I get down to my goal weight, then the surgery was worth it. And even the not having, I'll just scale back my food enjoyment. I'll eat smaller portions and enjoy smaller amounts and be happy with that. But just know that's if it was serious enough for you to do this, it's serious enough for you to deal with the consequences like this one. This is it's a big deal. But so was going under the knife, being under anesthesia, having 85% of your stomach excised. That was a big deal. So is not being able to eat a full serving or helping. But so the surgery was a bigger deal, and you did that. You made that decision, so there was a reason for it. Out of everything, the post-op pain, the recovery, the healing, the incisions, all of that, I would say this is by far the most difficult thing I've hit. Is just the mental aspect of dealing with being unable to eat what I want. But even that, I'm okay with. If I can get healthy, if I can be comfortable, feel better, then so be it. I'm gonna do it. Anyway, until next time, this is VSG Mitch signing off. As always, if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comments section below. If you like watching videos about my post-op VSG journey, subscribe, and I'll reply or comment back to anything that you comment to me if it needs a comment or if I get a chance. So I'll see you next week.